President Biden and GOP presumptive nominee Donald Trump have agreed to a pair of debates, one held by CNN in June and another hosted by ABC in September.
Now, this is significant because these two men have not faced off in a debate since October of 2020. Before the agreed debates were announced, President Biden hosted a challenge to Donald Trump via his X account.
Donald Trump lost two debates to me in 2020. And since then, he hadn't shown up for debate. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Well, make my day, pal. I'll even do it twice. So let's pick the dates, Donald. I hear you're free on Wednesdays.
We're going to bring in now CBS News campaign reporter Aaron Navarro. So, Aaron, both candidates say they are on board. What should we expect from these potential debates? And who might benefit the most from actually doing it?
And Errol, good to be with you. Some of the conditions laid out by the Biden campaign in their letter this morning accepting two debates. Now, the Trump campaign has pushed for more debates. It remains to be seen if the Biden campaign will respond to that, but at least two presidential debates, one vice presidential. The Biden campaign has requested no audience. They have requested that only two candidates that they say have a realistic path to 270 electoral college votes, that's President Biden, former President Trump, should be allowed on that stage. And there were only a couple of networks that could fit the criteria, at least laid out by the Biden campaign, that they would accept. These had to be networks that hosted Trump for a 2016 primary debate and networks that hosted Biden for a 2020 Democratic primary debate. Those networks are, as you mentioned, CNN, ABC, as well as CBS and Telemundo. Now, in terms of who could stand to gain politically from this, from talking to Democratic strategists, campaign officials, they really made a point that the early June date, this is earlier than debates traditionally are, could help Biden because the campaign has been looking to clarify the stakes, one strategist told me, the binary choice between Biden and Trump. And if you look at some of the polling, their constituency, the base that got them elected in 2020, minority voters, younger voters, have shifted or just aren't as tuned in into this race yet. So they're hoping this early debate will help mobilize their base.
Now, meantime, multiple states held primaries yesterday. What are some of the major takeaways that you noticed? I've been reading that despite Nikki Haley having dropped out of the race on the Republican side, folks are still selecting and voting for her.
20% she got in the state of Maryland. Not necessarily a competitive presidential election state, but continues the trend that we've been seeing state after state that months now after she has left the Republican primary race, people are still voting for her as that non-Trump option. But in terms of the other races on the ballot in Maryland, Prince George County Executive Angela also Brooks beat Congressman David Trone for that Democratic Senate nomination. She's going to face former Republican governor in Maryland, Larry Hogan, in what could be a very competitive, potentially crucial Senate race in terms of balance of power. State Senator Sarah Elfreth in Maryland beat Harry Dunn. That is the U.S. Capitol Police officer that was there on January 6th, was raising a lot of money, but Elfreth had a lot of local connections there that helped put her over the top in that crowded primary. And then real quick on Nebraska, Don Bacon, this is someone that maybe leans a bit more on the moderate side for Republicans in terms of House members. He was being primaried on the right. He won easily by 24 points. And that district, Nebraska allocates their electoral college votes by congressional district. That is going to be one to watch as it has been competitive in the past.
All right, Aaron Navarro, thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.